My name is Art Sato. I'm a third generation Japanese American, what they call sansei, and it's my first trip to Japan, and I'm honored to have been a part of this tour. I knew about Akira and Otonowa and their tours of Tohoku, and I asked him well over a year ago, well, I'd love to go along. Akira was very encouraging. And he said, yes, do it, just let me know. And I said, next year I'll be retired, I'd like to go. He said, just call me. I host a radio program on KPFA in Berkeley, and I've been doing this program, In Your Ear, since 1981. And it's a mix of jazz and Latin music. I love flamenco, tango. That's how I've built relationships with musicians and met many musicians over the years. I couldn't have had a better introduction to Japan than going along with this band, this group of people. It's allowed me to see parts of Japan that I would never have seen, and in a way that I would never have seen it, through the grassroots, because since this is their fourth tour, they have built so many connections through all these communities with people, community leaders, with musicians, and it was just inspiring just to see that, and for me to be just part of it was just one of the great experiences of my life, really. I'm very indebted to Akira, to Saki for helping me, the members of the band of Masaru and Art, Hirahara, and Ken Okada. All of them have been so great, you included, all the people who were not part of the band, who was part of the tour before. It was like a family. And they always made sure that I and everyone else that were part of the group felt included. And it was just inspiring to see this, especially the band members, how they really enjoy being with each other. And that's reflected when they take the bandstand. It's just an extension of their relationships. They're so giving, they're kind, thoughtful, and I just love to see all the stages of how the concerts take place, when they just load up, unload. Everyone is pulling their weight equally. There's no complaining. They just do it, and seem to just really enjoy being with each other, on and off the stage. And that's been great to see also. I'm not sure what I expected, but what I've seen has just been incredible. The reception that they have received throughout these small cities and towns, and the respect that they show for the people, and that's returned to them. It's been very touching to see that, to see many of these audiences sing along with the melodies when they play the familiar material. It shows that they've made a real connection through the music. And just seeing the variety of venues has been great, from these temporary shopping malls to jazz clubs, right? To see all these people who are still, 5 years after the Earthquake-Tsunami, they're still in temporary housing, but to see their spirits, still positive, was very, very moving to me. The phone booth. That was in Otsuchi, I think, yeah, where Mr. Sasaki installed this phone booth in on his property to talk to his late brother-in-law, I believe, right? because he missed him, and he felt this is a way to communicate. And so after the tsunami earthquake of 2011, where there was so much loss of life, other people felt that need to talk to people who have passed, and they start using the phone booth too, and it became a story, I guess, for NPR, a Japanese reporter, and there was a documentary made on it. But for us to visit that site, and actually some of us went in the phone booth. I went in myself to talk. That was overwhelming. And of course, the first people I called were my late parents, and told them that I was calling from Japan, that I finally made it to Japan. That was overwhelming. That musicians and artists have always been, at least the conscious and humanistic people involved in the arts, have always been among the first to offer help and their music, their art, to lift people's spirits up in hard times. So I can't think of necessarily any instances. There have been many, but this is the first time where I've been able to see it, very closely, kind of day to day, and it's been great, inspiring.